Richard Ramirez grew up in a working-class neighborhood of El Paso, Texas, the youngest of 5 siblings. As a child, he was active in the Catholic Church, taking Holy Communion and serving as an altar boy. No one would ever guess that this sweet, shy boy would grow up to become a notorious serial killer, whose rampage would terrorize the entire state of California.
When we found out that Richie was the Night Stalker, it was an end of innocence being related to somebody like that. It's just awful.
The way he killed them, the torture, it left a scar on a lot of people. He was worse than an animal.
Known as the Night Stalker for his method of sneaking into the homes of sleeping victims, Richard's brutal crime spree left a devastating impact.
Mom and Dad are Christians. We know where Mom and Dad are. And it's us 3 kids and grandkids that are struggling with what's left.
Richard's reign of terror was driven by his belief that he was Satan's emissary. It was with this evil mindset that Richard broke into the home of Bill Carnes and Inez Erickson on an August night in 1985.
The future looked real bright for me. I had a girlfriend and could have been wedding bells even in the future.
Bill and Inez's relationship would not survive their traumatic encounter with the Night Stalker.
I would like to meet Bill Kearns. My heart goes out to him. I want to express how sorry I am.
My Uncle Richie's actions, they hurt all of us.
Melissa, this is my mom, Sandy.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Sandy Tapia.
My mom just unfortunately got involved with the wrong man and with the wrong family.
I was married to Robert Ramirez. That's Richard's older brother. The first time I met Richard, he told Robert that I was pretty. And he kept eyeing me, you know. He was cute. He was a cute young guy.
Before Richard Ramirez became the Night Stalker, he was a son and a brother.
Serial killers have a life before they start murdering. They were good people at some point. I have good memories of my dad too, and that's really difficult to wrap my head around, is like, oh, he was good to
What
me.
happened?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happened? I mean, just his nickname, I heard you call him Richie. You know, I always wonder what makes someone become a killer. What do you think was the influence in Richie's life?
I think my cousin, his name was Miguel. Richie started hanging out with my cousin Miguel when he was about 9 or 10. Miguel would get animals, and he started showing Richie how to cut the neck, like from one side to the other to hit the arteries to make them bleed out.
He was bad. He needed help, and he wasn't an adult figure to take care of Richie or teach him right from wrong. Miguel fought in the Vietnam War, and some of the guys that go out and fight, they come back normal, and some of them, they come back messed up. And he went crazy.
His cousin showed him pictures of Vietnamese women who his cousin had tortured, killed, and raped.
He hurt these people and
Pictures?
he brought them back from Vietnam, and they were like really disturbing pictures that he showed my uncle when he was a little boy.
Ramirez received a message in adolescence that fused together rage and violence, intimacy and sexuality. He was virtually trained to believe that killing and engaging in sadistic sexual behavior were normal.
It just makes me speechless, you know, to think that he was a young boy and looking up to your cousin for guidance and direction and approval, probably.
Exactly, yeah.
In 2013, after spending 24 years on death row, Richard Ramirez dies behind bars at the age of 53. His death from cancer does nothing to ease the daily struggle of his surviving victims. Bill Carnes has never escaped the Night Stalker's brutality.
Today, I'm going to be introducing you to Shelly Ramirez, who's the niece of Richard Ramirez. Also, Shelly's mother, who is Richard Ramirez's sister-in-law, and her name's Sandy.
Well, perhaps I could unlock another key to the mystery of what happened that night and why me.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. It's good to see you.
Nice
again.
to see you again.
I know today is, a big step for both of you, and it's not easy.
We're both very nervous
A
about
lot of
today.
anxiety. My uncle really hurt him. I mean, we don't know how he's going to accept us when we walk in there right now.
Bill, what happened that night?
He broke into my home and multiple gunshot wounds to my head, twice in the forehead and once in the cheek, and then went to the girlfriend's bedroom and assaulted her. And I think she was spared because he said, get on your hands and knees and say you love Satan. And she said, I just looked in the eye and says, no, I will not do that. I believe in Jesus Christ. And so that was it. And then she was able to go to the neighbors and get help for me. The bullets that went through my forehead destroyed the motor strip that controls the left side of my body. But the biggest thing, he took away my memory. And it bothered me that I couldn't remember these things. And I kept a notebook in my pocket all the time. I'd write information down.
And then after the attack, you also lost your relationship with Inez, right?
Yes. It got to a point where I had to question, was life worth living? Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just sorry you went through that. I'm sorry that you lost your fiance. There's no words I can say to, make your life back the way it should have been. And, I'm really sorry for what he did to you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
both are very sorry for what you went through. We'd like to apologize to you for Richard Ramirez's actions.
And I appreciate that. For the longest time after I got injured, I thought, why me? And I thought that I had done something wrong as a child or something. And that bothered me a lot.
He had a very bad upbringing, and I'm not making any excuse for what
Sure.
he did.
He ruined lives.
But Richie was sick.
Nobody
There's
would
no
help him.
excuse for what he did.
He'd pick me out at random.
Right. It was
So
just
that-
he was going from house to house
Yeah.
and choosing what house he thought he could possibly
Yeah, the
get
easiest one
into.
to get into, yeah. And so totally random event.
You're like an inspiration, Bill. You're really strong.
I don't want to make you cry, though, because I'll start crying.
He took away the innocence of the world from us.
That last name is what carries a legacy of somebody that hurt people, such as Bill and others. It's disturbing, and it feels so awful inside.
Do you feel judged when you walk into a room with that last name?
I have been judged. He's my uncle, and people tell me that I look like him. That's not really what I want to hear, but
Sure.
I want to start over, and
course.
I'm glad that I got a chance to meet you. And
Thank you. I feel honestly relieved and I feel that if you could take away what happened, you definitely would. And so it makes me feel good. It puts wind back in my sails.
Good. We've given each other power.
Yes, there we go.
Exactly. Yeah, to go on with our lives. And hopefully you will get stronger. We're hoping for that.
Well, thank
we'll
you.
pray for you. And
Don't give up.
don't give up. I feel like a big relief. I'm happy that I got to meet Bill.
Nice to meet you.
He really got to my heart, and he shouldn't have gone through what he went through.
he's a fighter.
Nice to meet you.
He's a really good person. I'm glad that I met him.
Coming into this meeting, I had a little bit of animosity and I guess you could say the fear of the unknown, but it turned out very well and I'm glad I attended. And I can put it to rest.